Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. He's Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Loshek. We're the Odds Couple. It's Week 8 in college football. It's Monday, October 17th, and we are talking with Ross Benjamin. We're going to discuss the Miami-Virginia Tech game that goes on Thursday night. Now, this is very interesting. I'm wondering if Ross Benjamin picked this game because I looked at this game. This one, I don't know. I don't know what I think about it. And as you know, Mike Brenner, Virginia Tech and Miami are both coming off of ATS losses. And in our shows last week, who gave both of those picks as winners in our shows, you remember? I gave Syracuse over Virginia Tech, and I gave UNC over Miami,
nailed them
Florida.
both. Come on, nailed them both.
This week, though, this looks like, Virginia Tech, obviously, they're probably in a bounce-back spot, but
bounce
Miami,
back, that was a whooping. I mean, they literally got it handed to them.
Yeah, but I think that going into Syracuse is a little bit of a unique situation.
Sure.
Now they're coming back home. They're a talented team in a bounce-back spot, but Miami's talented too, and you're giving them 4 points.
Yeah.
For me, this is a total 10-foot pole. Do you have anything to say about it before we go to Ross?
Well, big time, 10-foot pole, and if I had to do anything, all right, I would lean Miami. But you got two programs that are totally, reestablishing everything, two new coaches. I was absolutely surprised at the way Syracuse kept them down the whole game. So a young team, a new coach, I'm wondering if it gets in their head. Mark Richt has a hell of a lot more experience than the head coach across the field.
Yeah.
So if I had to, I would say Miami, but I'm dying to hear what Ross has to say.
It's a young team. Primetime game here on Thursday. Miami getting 4. Ross Benjamin, what's your take on this one?
Yeah, it's a tough one. There's no two ways about it. I mean, here's what I look at. I'm looking at Miami losing not only their last game, but losing their last two, and both coming as a home favorite. However, you look who they lost to. They lost to number 22 North Carolina and number 13 Florida State.
Absolutely.
Those two defeats came by a combined 7 points, guys.
Yep.
And then you look at, again, Virginia Tech, no excuse for what happened last week.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I'd love to hear your take on why you think going into Syracuse is a unique situation, because following the Orange avidly over the last 30 years, that's not a very good defensive team. And Virginia Tech was only able to get 17 points on them, and they allowed 567 yards in defense.
Now, when you say unique, though, do you mean maybe the unique overlook game, or is it the spot? Because I've been to some games in the Dome.
There might have been a little bit of an overlook game. Yeah, it's tough to go into that Dome, and it's just, look, Virginia Tech has a great defense, and sometimes those great defenses, just for one game, have hit a speed bump, and they just flub it.
And plus, they came off that big win before that game.
They had a big win. They go into a tough place like Syracuse with that big Dome and a team that has a big passing game, and they just caught a little bit off guard. Now, I look at that game, and I don't think, all right.
Yeah, but if they're caught off guard, Pete, don't they make that adjustment at halftime? And they came out and had nothing for them after halftime.
It's one thing getting caught off guard. Yeah, and again, Pete, you make good points.
Oh, he does.
And that's all. Off that win at North Carolina the week before, and you got Miami on deck. So yeah, it's a proverbial sandwich game, right? But the problem is that was a Syracuse team that just got beaten by Wake Forest by 19. They got lost to Louisville by like 40 at home. They lost to South Florida handily at home. And I could see where Syracuse would have gave them a much tougher game than a lot of people would think, and where Virginia Tech may have even been upset in that game. But Syracuse dominated the game.
Yes, right.
I mean, on both sides of the ball.
Yes. I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And their other loss was a 21-point loss against Tennessee. So their two losses by 35 points. Also, a Virginia Tech team, guys, has turned the ball over 14 times in 6 games. Yeah. And Miami, only 6 times. I'm going to go with the Hurricanes here, plus the 4.
Yeah, and another real quick reason, real quick, Pete. All right, what shows me a lot is adjustments at halftime. And, of course, Virginia Tech could have said, wait a minute. But I really think shit got real. Bottom line, this team is building, which is very respectable the way they've done it. But I think this loss is going to be so much in their heads, okay, because they didn't make the adjustments. I think Miami comes in here and gets that game. I don't think Miami needs a damn point. And now I'm sitting there talking myself into a pick, and rightfully so. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm actually starting to think that I'm leaning Virginia Tech now, actually.
Oh, God, I love it. Mano, baby.
But no, I feel like the line is probably pretty close to being dead on, and I'm not sure if I'm going to make a bet on it. But Ross Benjamin, so your lean would be Miami, but would it be a strong lean or a pick or what?
It's an early lean at this juncture. I know we were going to be discussing the game, so at this early time of the week, I mean, we're taping on Monday, right? The game is still 3 days away. I would call it an early lean at this time. If I'm going to make a pick on the game, guys, if I could say this, you can visit my website, rbwins.com.
All right, sounds
Hey,
great.
Dan,
Russ,
before we cut him off, I was wondering if it was just a lean because your study time might have been limited before this video because your Buffalo Bills, baby, they went out and did it again, and I'm proud for you.
And thank you for that. But again,
all right, Ross Benjamin, lean in Miami.
I'm
plus-
not done yet. I'm not done yet
Oh.
because I don't get these chances very often. rbwins.com
Oh, go
is
ahead.
my website. And also you could get my article on this game at sbrpicks.com.
Yes.
And thank you for your time, guys.
All right, sounds good. Russ Benjamin, leaning Miami +4. I'm leaning Virginia Tech -4. You're obviously leaning Miami
No,
+4.
I'm making
right?
it official right now in this
Are you
video.
really?
I am making it official. I'm
What are you
taking
doing?
Miami plus the
Really?
4. I'm doing it.
Okay.
Absolutely, and I'm doing it with confidence.
Wow.
Coming off a bounce-back week. Hey, Ross, I love doing videos with you, buddy. It's always good to talk
I
with you.
love doing it with both of you guys.
Thanks so much, Ross.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.